I've done a lot of segments here on Bayou Time. I've had the biggest tomato grown in the state of Louisiana. I think we had the biggest carrot way back in the day, but we never had the biggest cabbage until now. Miss Jenny Berg joins me on the news desk. She has a state record for the biggest cabbage. Jenny, thank you for joining us.
Well, I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, great to have you. And first of all, before we get to the cabbage and the picture on it and everything, when did you become a gardener or a farmer, so to speak? What got you interested in that?
Well, as a small child, my grandparents gardened in Pointe-a-Chan, and then my parents, and I've been playing in a garden my whole life as a child. And then once I got married, and I was always interested in gardening, but once my children left home and went to college and moved on, I had a little more time. So that's what I do. I focus on gardening now.
Yeah, well, Pointe-a-Chan, and I know Ile-de-Jean-Charles, people grew a lot of their own food. That was just sort of a way of life, wasn't it?
It was. And my parents, I mean, and they grew by the moon phases. And I mean, they didn't have an almanac or anything. They just went outside. I can remember them looking, and they can tell by the shape of the moon or whatever, when to plant. I have an almanac because I'm not that good, but I follow the moon phases. I kind of do old school gardening and make my own compost. I'm missing the bagasse that came out of the Montague refinery. My mom used to use that in her compost. But we keep it old school, everything's homemade, like all my compost with fish and just anything we can find to put in there. I raise chickens, and it's gold.
The plants love all that.
Oh, yeah.
You can't get the bagasse like from Raceland or places like that?
I probably can, but I never went looking for it. I didn't.
Yeah, maybe Racing. Check into that. But so your cabbage, let's bring up that picture if we can now, Jason. Look at the size of that cabbage, 44 pounds.
Yeah, it was.
What was the biggest one you grew before that?
I never really weighed them. And Facebook has all these garden sites you can join. And I'm a member of Louisiana Gardeners. And I was encouraged by many of the members, you need to get that thing weighed. So that's when I called the Louisiana Department of Agriculture.
Yeah.
I've never thought to have anything weighed before, but it was just like enormous in the garden. It was.
And they came down and did an official weight.
They did. They came down, and Mr. Sean Wagaspack, very nice man, came and weighed the cabbage, and he told me right there. He said the last record in Louisiana was 28 pounds.
You blew that away.
I did. I was like shocked.
Wow. So, and you planted the seed in July?
I did. I ordered the seed from Baker's Creek Rare Seed Catalog, and had 10 seeds in the pack. And I think 9 of them germinated. I gave a few of the plants away, and I planted 4 of them for myself.
And 138 pounds is the national world record?
Yeah. That's the big one. I was trying to do that, but it didn't happen.
But don't they have an advantage in other parts? They have more daylight.
Yeah, 18 hours of daylight where the largest cabbage was grown.
If you had 18 hours, you'd have grown under 38 too.
I have no doubt.
And we're going to see lights on your next row.
Oh, the whole neighborhood's going to be complaining on me. I'm going to have big old stadium lights on it next year.
How many servings of coleslaw do you think your 44-pound cabbage could have supplied?
Oh, I can't even.
That's a bunch.
I can tell you what I did do with it, and the outer leaves of it.
Yeah.
I made little cabbage packs because my grandparents used to do that, and my mom. Yeah. And you wear it all year in your wallet for good luck. Wow. And I made a lot of those. I gave away like over 500 packs for people to carry in their wallet. And then I made cabbage casserole. I smothered cabbage down.
See the casserole, you put that with ground meat?
Yeah, ground meat.
Man, that's good.
And I shared it with a lot of people
Yeah.
that went around.
And with a little time left, is this sort of a way for you to find peace when you work a garden?
Yes, it is. It's much better than just listening to some of the negative things going on in the news, you know. I get out there and it's just a great place to be. And and it's enjoyable. And it's not even about the growing the biggest. I mean, I accidentally grew a big cabbage. I don't know. I mean, it just happened.
It's all right. You grew it.
But I mean, anybody who wants to grow a garden, you can enjoy whether the cabbage is little tiny or as big as the one I grew. It's just the best feeling to grow your own food.
Just real quick, we got about 50 seconds left, but this went all over the place.
It did. It was even in the UK. It was in Hawaii. I had it in every state in the United States, and then I had news people come out. It's unbelievable.
Well, Jenny, congratulations. 44 pounds. It was great to see you. Berg resident, great to see you on HTV. And let's bring that picture up one more time, Jason, so the audience can see it again. There it is. Oh, my God. So there we go. Once again, Jenny Berg from Berg, Louisiana, 44 pounds, state record. We'll take a short break, and we'll see her again next year when she has a 50-pounder. We'll be right back.